Hey Infinite Flight community, welcome to another Infinite Flight tutorial video by me, Xavier Villamore. I create short Infinite Flight tutorial videos for you guys to have a better understanding of what's happening on the video, and you can learn much quicker rather than having everything compacted in one video. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button, as that will help with the YouTube algorithm and the channel's popularity. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, so it will be really appreciated if you do that. Today's tutorial is how to take off the 757-200 with the live cockpit and its features to offer. That's all I gotta say, so let's get right into the tutorial. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Orlando International. Orlando is located in Florida, USA. Today we'll be flying the American West 757-200. This is the quick Boeing 757 takeoff reference guide on how to take off properly and realistically in using the 757. Before taxiing on the runway, be sure to have your flaps ready, as air traffic is increasing and air traffic control wants to get planes moving, as it's like traffic technically. So what you want to do is get your flaps ready. Depending on your aircraft's weight and the airport's runways, this is the flaps that you have to set. For most common departures, you want to set flaps 5. By meaning most common departures, you have a long runway and your aircraft is a average weight or very lightweight. This will increase your lift just a little bit as the aircraft rolls down. If you have a shorter runway, for example St. Bartholomew, obviously 757s don't fly there, but for example you don't have that runway, like you're trying to fly there and the runway is short, you want to go to flaps 20, flaps 15. That will increase the lift of your aircraft off the ground much quicker. Last but not least, you want to put flaps 20 if your aircraft is heavier and there's a short runway. Before flight, this is what you want to do after you do the flaps. You want to have your APU off after you turn on your engines and the main battery. Then you want to have your lights on, especially at night. You want your landing lights on especially, as that will help you see the runway much clearer, and if there's any aircraft ahead, you can abort takeoff. Or any debris. Make sure your passengers have their seatbelt sign on and the no smoking signs on unless your aircraft accepts smoking. Make sure that 2 engines are on, of course, because if your engines are off, then you cannot take off, and it's pretty common sense that you need edges to take off. Last but not least, make sure that all aircraft doors, windows, and cargo doors are closed, as you don't want to hear the loud engine roaring down the runway and the air pushing your face down towards the chair over here. Once that's all complete, make sure your co-pilot's ready for takeoff, and make sure you contact air traffic control, especially on the expert server, as it's you'll get penalty if you don't follow the rules. So we're gonna take off our brakes, make sure all panels are good to go. You can change this panel here by clicking nav, then compass nav, and change it to arc. This is this is much better than the compass nav, I believe, because you can see your heading and you can see your flight plan much better, and you can zoom out to see your flight plan all of your to your destination by using the map range and its nautical miles. I don't have a flight plan right now, as this is an Infinite Flight tutorial video, but it will be there if I created a flight plan. Once we're ready, make sure you calibrate your aircraft and make sure everything looking good to go. Now, if it's windy and there's a few turbulence, you want to have an increase of your power going down the runway to get away or try to fight against the wind. Your initial pitch will be 16 degrees to 20 degrees once we are taking off. Anyways, I'm going to use the live cockpit today. So I'm going to collaborate here, and we're going to get ready for takeoff. We got takeoff clearance. American West is taking off runway 17 right. So I'm going to put around 70% off throttle. Make sure we collaborate again. I'm going to zoom out a little so I can see our pitch here. So 80 knots. So 130 knots. Correction. 130 knots is our deciding speed, and V1 is 140, and that means where we're going to rotate. 140, we're going to rotate, pitch up, off we're going. And I think we pitch a little bit more higher. Now I'm going to put a few more power here. Positive rate is going to be gear up. Positive rate is around, I think, after 200 to 300, you can take your gears off. So we can continue our climb. You can add autopilot if you want. I'm going to add autopilot for my speed, so I'm going to do around 230 speed, and you can also add your altitude here. So we can add our altitude right here. For example, we're going to go to 16,000 feet, and if you want to fly towards 16,000 feet, you must have a what's it called? You wanna have a climb rate of 1,800. So we're really climbing really steep here. You don't want your passengers to feel the G-force, so you want to go to 1,800 or 1,800 feet per minute. Now, once you reach for 16,000 feet, for example, you want to go to your cruising altitude around 30,000 feet, depending on what altitude you're cruising on. And once you're climbing to your cruising altitude, you want to go to 1,200 feet per minute. So, for example, I'm climbing now to 1,300. For example, like I'm at 1,600 and I'm climbing to 30,000 feet. I'll put my climb to 1,200. And basically, you can start setting your autopilot to your destination on your flight plan, and you can put your flaps off. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this today, this quick infinite flight tutorial video. If you did enjoy, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next infinite flight tutorial. Laters.